好啊，好啊，唔該唔該。Okay, so we are now setting up. So please wait for a moment. OK OK. 咁開咗未啊？嗰個？OK OK，得。好，咁喺度等一陣先。The election debate will start soon. Please wait.睇下你嘅護力。記得 hold 翻條 link 出去。呢個豐茶電視嗰個 Discord 同埋Harlon 嗰個 advertisement 嗰個 channel 咁樣。OK，冇嘢啦，disregard disregard。Dear participants, guests, and audiences, welcome to today's general election debate from BTV. The debate will start in 5 minutes' time. Please wait for a moment. 各 各位參與者、來賓同觀眾，歡迎收睇今日嘅蜂巢電視 Harlon 選舉電視辯論節目。今日嘅辯論將會喺5分鐘後開始，請各位稍後片刻。All participants and guests, please be ready. The debate will be starting in 1 minute. 請各位參與者及來賓準備。今日嘅電視辯論將係1分鐘後開始。Hello, good evening, and welcome to today's general election debate for the 2025 April general election. I'm your host, Liam Chen. Today, we have two candidates and representatives of the respective part of the two parties. Today we have Yoshi Pai from HPP and Chocolate Republic from NI.
Hello.
So, hello. So, first of all, we would like to invite Yoshi Pai from HPP to introduce himself.
Hello, I am YoshiPie _. I am the new leader of the Harlon Progress Party. I've been the Minister for Finance for about 3 years now, and I've been an MP on and off for about 4. Thus, I hold a lot of experience and hopefully bring a lot of said experience into practice.
Okay, thank you. So next we would like to invite Chocolate Republic, the representative from New Initiative, to introduce himself.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Liam Chan, and thank you, Yoshi Pai. So I'm Chocolate Republic. I'm the leader of New Initiative, and our party code will be NI. So we may be new for you, but New Initiative is a joint list of 4 opposition parties, and also we are an alliance from 4 opposition parties, including the former National Democratic Party, Social Democratic Party, Civic Party, and United Values of Harlon. In this election, we have decided to unite together for the common good of Harlon. New Initiative stands as a beacon of unity and collaboration in the political landscape of Harlon. In a time where division often clouds the path to progress, we have chosen to set aside individual agendas in favor of a shared commitment to get a greater welfare of our beloved nation. Together, we bring different perspectives and experience to the forefront, reinforcing the values that bind us as a society. As we embark on this transformative journey, let's remember that our strength lies not only in our difference, but also in the power of unity and solidarity. Join us in this bold endeavor, and together let's pave the way for a brighter, more inclusive tomorrow for Harlon and its people. Thank you.
Thank you, Chocolate Republic. So now we would like to ask some questions to both of the party representatives. So the first question is, how will the both parties tackle the inactivity of Harlon? So the reason is both parties have claimed to address it since 2023, but apart from voting bills, there is not much action being taken. So we would like to ask about this question from Yoshi Pai first.
To solve inactivity, we plan to hold various events. For example, one event which I would like to hold if I become Prime Minister is a race similar to the one that we had in 2021, nearly 4 years ago, at the start of New Harlon. And this should encourage large amounts of player activity, as a lot of people will probably come and race to see who will get first to a certain point on the map.
Okay, thank you. So now we would like to ask from Chocolate Republic. So what is the action that New Initiative will take?
Okay, first of all, I think actually the Republic of Harlon has many places that are worth uh, playing there. For example, if you want to do some business, we have shops, we have factories, something like that. And if you want to build, then we have two building zones, etc. And if you want to play some Minecraft mini games, we do have some Minecraft mini games, but their geographical locations are very dispersed. So we would like to uh, we would like to promote some transport routes like some rail lines and some bus lines that can reach these locations. When the players find out that, oh, actually there are such places that I can do what I want to do in Harlon, and also um, the costs that you go there is not uh, being high. For example, time is a kind of cost. When you travel for a long time, that means you pay a huge cost for going to that location. You won't walk to Lumia Island, right? You won't solely walk to factory zone, even though you want to have your own factory in Harlem very much. If you don't know how to get to factory zone, maybe you will just give up and find another server instead, or start your own server if you are great, right? So we have to promote that actually there are many ways for you to do anything you want in Harlon, and it is quite easy actually. And also, we would like to encourage some agglomeration in economic aspects because we have many streets in Harlon, but I think most of them are not typical enough, or these streets lack a topic or their own characteristics, I should say. So, how can we get topics to these streets? Well, the government can set themes to some of the streets, and the government can encourage our players to adhere such a theme in that streets. So how can we do this is to, first of all, as I said, the government set a theme, and later we can provide some incentives for the people who are willing to open shops with respect to the theme. For example, allowing that person to apply for buying the shop instead of renting the shop, right? I think this is a good method. And also, we can introduce some new mini games. Like some players told me, um, in some survival Minecraft servers, they often see PvP zone. And also, I asked for some experienced players in Harlon. They said in old Harlon, once we had a PvP zone, but we don't have it anymore now. So I would like to suggest that we reintroduce a PvP zone. And also, I hope that we can do something that JT 15S suggested before, like allowing some um, allowing some plots to become special free build cities that the players can build their own cities. Also, we would like to award the people who are diligent to contribute to this community. So we will also follow up some missing wages because you can't do any business and you can't buy something great in Harlon if you don't have enough money. And also, we would like to allow embassies of foreign servers. I noticed that HPP has a similar item or in their manifesto, and we would like to allow foreign embassies so that we can have more inter-server activities and we can attract more Minecraft players uh, to be our potential Harlonian citizen.
Okay, thank you. So another question is, do you think the staff team is one of the problems that is dragging back the development of Harlon? We would like to first invite Yoshi Pai from HPP to answer this question.
Personally, as much as I hate to admit it, yes, staff is definitely a problem in creating and holding these events due to their pretty constant inactivity. I haven't seen many staff online. I've usually just seen either Muffin or Dirt, and that's it.
Okay,
And
thank you for your answer.
that needs to be and we need to somehow either get more staff or somehow encourage more staff activity as well.
Okay, thank you. So now we would like to invite Chocolate Republic from NI to answer this question.
I beg your pardon about your question. Sorry.
So the question is, do you think the staff team is one of the problems that is dragging back the development of Harlon?
I think our staff team had already do their best because, as I always said, Harlon City Server is a video game, and we all have something that we might see them important in real life. So I think we can't blame them for that. Um, but I do think that actually we can try to recruit more helpers or recruit some more staffs, and also we need some alternatives to get some Harlonian residents to help us to develop this server. For example, in our manifesto, we suggested that we should introduce designated contract builders. Well, this is one of our examples. I think we can think of. That means that we have to be creative for solving this problem. And again, I think the staff has already do their best. And I would like to add one point is that the issue of inactiveness is a server-wide issue. And I think it doesn't really, the responsibility doesn't really only or mainly lies on staffs, I would say.
Okay, thank you for your answer. So the next question is from Dirt0066. So the question is, staff are limiting factor and the server is decaying. Are we sure that each and every candidate is suitable to take on this monumental task? We would like to first invite Yoshi Pai to answer this question.
Sorry, could you please repeat your question? I couldn't hear you for a second.
Liam, I
Okay,
think you can try to copy and paste that question into the server chat.
Okay, I'll try, but I will.
Will it be too laggy?
I don't know, but here's the question: staff are limiting factor and the server is decaying. are we sure that each and every candidate is suitable to take on this monumental task? So, Yoshi-Pai, please answer.
I mean, personally, I think that yeah, we are suitable to take on this task, as we are candidates for prime minister. We aren't just MPs. We're supposed to represent our country, or at least our government. So to our citizens. So therefore, we should at least try to take on this task, and do as best as we can.
Okay, thank you for your answer. So we'd like to invite Czech Republic to answer.
I beg your pardon. Sorry, I forgot some keywords of your question.
Okay, so again, the question is, staff are limiting factor and the server is decaying. Are we sure that each and every candidate is suitable to take on this monumental task?
Okay. I think as staffs have a great power, and it is a responsibility and it is a must for the state, for the government to prevent such a power will never be abused by any staff. So I think it is necessary. I think it is necessary for the government to review every application to be a staff.
Okay, thank you for your answer, and thank you for that for submitting this question for this program. So the next question: at the moment, the Parliament has the right to approve bills, but it seems it cannot monitor the nation's development or construct any new properties. So do you think the Parliament is useless? So first, we would like to invite Yoshi-Pai to answer.
I personally think that Parliament is not useless, since its main job is creating, debating, and voting on legislation, and it does an excellent job at that. Sure, some building projects do go through Parliament and get passed in Parliament, but the main thing that that gets passed in Parliament are laws. So therefore, it does its main job. And personally, if we need to see better times for construction of builds, we need more builders on the server.
Okay, thank you for your answer. So now we would like to invite Chocolate Republic to answer this question.
In the Parliament, even though you can't directly legislate on something that you don't have the jurisdiction to do so, or you cannot just pass some laws about something that you are not authorized to do so, you can still promote something. For example, I saw the manifesto of HPP. They said they will promote more rail lines, if I remember correctly. Let me see again. Um, yeah, they said the HPP continues to promote interconnectivity between cities, either through rail infrastructure or through road infrastructure. So even though you don't have the jurisdiction or you don't have the power to build something or to do something, you can still speak up for it. You can still promote for it. And sometimes I don't think this is useless. And also, I think you can try to use some indirect method to make your goals and your targets become true. For example, like we just talked about the issue of inactiveness, right? So we can solve the problems by some legislative means, I guess. I think.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is: the Senate is currently formed by staff members with a rank moderator or above, and all members must not be a member of a party. Do you think we should relax it to allow 2 extra members from a party can be so they can become a Senate to improve the democracy of the Senate? So first, we would like to invite Yoshi Pai to answer this question.
Personally, I think that we should the requirements to be a senator, but not in terms of who becomes senator, but whether or not they can be in a political party.
Is Yoshipai talking? Because we can't hear you. Your voice just got cut off maybe by your
Sorry.
microphone. Okay.
Personally, I think that we should relax the requirements to be for senators slightly, but not the fact that of who can become a senator. That would be staff. But whether or not senators can be part of a political party, because that would show that there is also members of parties in the upper chamber of parliament.
Okay, thank you. So now we'll invite Chocolate Republic to answer this question.
Thank you, and I am open to this matter, but first of all, I have to say that if the Senate allows extra members from a party to join, then it will be beneficial for the multi-party politics in Harlon. However, we have to revisit why a Senate was established in our country. The main purpose of setting up a Senate is to make a voice of the people who actually involved in some administrative process or some technical process of the server heard. That means the the criteria that we choose, or the server to choose senators, would be they choose some staffs or they choose some maybe admins, etc., to be senators because they are dealing with tons of real realist administrative problems and technical problems, so that they will have administrative experience and technical experience. When we allowed members with party membership to be senators, we have to also require them to have enough experience in administrative work and technical work, or one of them, I guess. At least you have to obtain enough experience, either administrative work or technical work.
Thank you for your answer. So that's all for the questions that the 2 representatives are required to answer. So from now on, the questions will be answered for one party only. So first of all, here's some questions for the Harlon Progress Party, HPP. So the first question is, the HPP claimed to introduce more social housing when the staff team claimed to reject region plans in the past, even though it includes the introduction of new housing plans. How would the HPP convince the staff team to accept this plan?
The HPP can convince the staff with new housing plans by saying that due to the fact that we tend to have quite a lot of people who log in once and then never again, we should probably at least give them housing, so that free housing, so that they can at least have a place to settle in somewhere and then contribute to our country.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is, the HPP would want new registry of lawyers. So would this be using the job plugin or will it be an independent system?
Sorry, could you please repeat your question?
Okay, so the question is, the HPP would want new registry of lawyers. Would this be using the job plugin or will it be an independent system?
It'll probably be using an independent system, since I am not sure that the jobs plugin is anywhere close to being finished.
Okay, thank you. So the last question for HPP is, how would the HPP address its foreign relations when its own government cannot manage its relationship with anti-Harlon, with women and anti-Harlon nation?
Could you please repeat the latter half of the question? I couldn't understand you properly.
Okay. So I will repeat the question again. So how
Yep.
will the HPP address its foreign relations when its own government cannot manage its relationship with Redmond, which is an anti-Harlon country?
Could you please repeat the name of the country? I still haven't got it.
Liam, I
Okay,
think
the
you can
country
spell
is
it.
okay, Redmond, Redmont.
Oh, Redmond. I mean, if Redmond does something that is that we think is hostile, we can simply end relations with them and therefore just not and therefore just not participate in any communications with them, any events with them, so that there would actually be no official diplomatic relations with Redmond and Democracy Craft.
Okay, thank you for your answers. So now we will ask new initiative some questions. So the first question will be, the HPP had criticized your members as being inactive. How would you address about this issue?
Thank you. Again, inactiveness is a server-wide problem, and actually most of our candidates show up in the server time to time, and they spend some time to contribute to the server. Sometimes some of them contribute to our Minecraft servers. Some of them talk and provide some opinions to us, which I think are valuable, very valuable. And some of them contribute to the wiki of Harlon City server. And Well, actually, I think some of our candidates, like the candidates that are mentioned by HPP, actually, like Black Demon 11111, she show up time to time in game. Actually, in we can see even in the TV debate tonight or today, we can see uh, Black Demon 11111 is being the videographer of this TV debate. So I think, yeah. So she, if you check the record, if you check the record of of the Harlon City server, when you check the server chat, you can see that actually the you can see that actually the uh, Black Demon 11111 uh, is online sometimes, like in recent months, I would say. And for other players such as DC165, um, DC165 is our member, and he is not a candidate. He made many long edits in HCS Wiki, and he demonstrates his fascinating insights into politics. And I think, well, they are not populous, I would say. And for Alex, I would say sometimes you may see Alex, but sometimes maybe they are not lucky enough to see Alex being online. So most of the candidates of NI, I would say they will join the game. However, I should say um, some important things in real life will often come first.
Okay, thank you for your answer. So the next question will be: the builder's application is currently held by the staff team, and they have strict rules on accepting new builders. So how do you think that your policy can be passed if they would not relax the requirements of the builders?
Okay, we can talk about the difference between our suggestion and the traditional builder system. The traditional builder is a person who can switch himself or herself into creative mode. So first of all, he or she can fly. Second of all, he or she have unlimited resources that he can take out from his or her inventory. Okay, so there will be a potential risk that that person must be uh, the server must trust that person, or the person is actually able to take out many resources from his or her inventory and sell them on the market, and this will affect the stability of our economy. And also, if such a if such an occasion occurs, the server can hardly trace where does such good coming from. In our suggestion, we suggest a system which is called designated contract builders. The government does not provide creative mode to designated contract builders. That's the first thing. So you don't have to worry for them to break any blocks or break any items when they are in creative mode, because they don't have creative mode. And the second one is you can choose not to provide unlimited items to them. how to provide unlimited construction materials to the designated contract builders. You can use a command block and set a command, give, for example, slash give Chocolate Republic uh, 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 um, uh, like maybe cross block 64, right? Then you add a button. When you push the button, you got 64 cross blocks, and you hit it the second time, you got 64 cross blocks again, and you hit it the third time, the same thing happens again, that you will get one more set. So in this way, you will get infinity number of construction materials. So this is a risk. And how can you manage a risk is the staff has a right to not using command blocks and not providing unlimited number of construction materials. For example, you can just put down a large chest, and maybe you just put down like for example 100 sets of cross blocks. So if you used up all the cross blocks, you have to apply them again, so that the staffs can control the total number of the construction materials that they provide to the designated contract builders. You may ask, what about how do they actually build? Because our server is full of protection and full of protections, unless the Lumi Island and Stanford Bay. I would say um, the staff can temporarily, provisionally revoke the function of protection in a small area, so that you can manage risk. Even though there are problems, the problems will be only limited in a small area. But how do we prevent problems? Like how we do in the building zones. For example, like in Stanford Bay, we use a few simple rules that if you break the rules, you will be warned, or you will be punished, or you will be banned. So I think the same rules can apply to such areas that are appointed by the staffs. And also, I think um, the designated contract builders in future, they can use some tools such as some fences or some walls to prevent further vandalism. It can't 100% blocks the people who are that who really wants to break something, but at least you can make it harder for them to do so. And I think it is essential for the server, for Harlon now, to make a good balance between the safety of the server buildings and to boost the activity and construction speeds of the buildings of Harlon City server. That's why we come up with such a suggestion to revitalize public property projects.
Okay, thank you. So the next question, which is the last question for NI, is what are your foreign policies when you have a chance to work with other nations?
Um, I have been an ambassador to Business Craft few years ago. I was an ambassador to Stratham, and when I was in Stratham, I faced a big problem that in Stratham I don't have money to build an embassy, so I don't know how to start my service. in Harlon City server, we can be the initiator. We can be the first one to contact the foreign servers and say, Harlon welcomes you. We can invite them to Harlon. We can express our warm welcome to foreign servers to open embassies in Harlon. And I think it will be a very simple work, just like how we do in Seoul Trench. We provide free housing, public housing in Seoul Trench for our citizens. And technically, we can use a similar system to let the representatives of foreign servers to open an embassy in a building. That means that in a building, we can group all the embassies of foreign servers in the same building so that it will be very, first of all, it will be very convenient for us to find the location, the venue of the foreign embassies. And the second of all, I think it will be very convenient for the foreign servers to meet up each other in Harlon City server. We hope that the suggestions of um, these kind of embassies can attract more foreign players and to improve the foreign relations between the Republic of Harlon and the other servers. And we hope that the embassies of the embassies of foreign servers can make a good use of their embassies in our server to coordinate and host some inter-server events so that we can have more activities to narrowing the distance between us. And I hope that they can use this chance to represent their servers and make some unique voices of from their servers and to introduce their server as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So the following time is for any public audiences to ask the two candidates and representatives from both parties.
Do we have some? I think we can.
Um,
I think we can try to have a look at the server chat.
there is currently no questions from any public audiences for both representatives. So we will now give the time to both candidates to ask each other some questions.
Okay. Who wants to ask me some questions?
So, Chocolate, as per your answer to the question regarding builders, you said something that caught me. You said that the builders use command blocks to get items. But builders have, and you want to limit the amount of items that builders can get for construction. However, builders have creative mode. So what do you think about the fact that builders can just get items from the Minecraft item menu?
Thank you for your question, Yossi Pai. Actually, my suggestion is designated contract builders. And designated contract builders are different from builders. Builders are traditional builders. That builders is a rank that have already exist for a long time, and the designated contract builders uh, is a rank that I suggest, and right now it is not existing. And designated contract builders in our proposal do not have the creative mode, so they cannot take out unlimited amounts of items from their inventory. And however, I do know that builders can do so, but as you know, we are running out of active builders, and many builders in Harlon are not active anymore, and some of the active members with builders rank are busy. That's why we have such a suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. I have another question. This time about the activity of your candidates. For example, let's take Black Demon 11111. They have been active during the past month. I will give you that much. However, they had a gap of about 2 years between their login in October 2022 and March this year. How could you how could you explain that?
Um, some of the candidates, they are not active as another candidates, as of course. That's why we acknowledge that some of the candidates will be experienced in Harlon, no matter it is about the system of Harlon or some legal system in Harlon or the other abstract things in Harlon. So in our candidates list, we put the members who are most active at the front of our party list, and for the members that are less active, we put them in the rear of the party list.
Thank you for your answer. I'd like to ask a follow-up question. If you will get the majority, wouldn't that be a problem in Parliament as as there would be less active members and therefore less voting, and therefore you risk your party risks losing a lot of MPs in Parliament quite quickly. Within a couple of months, do you have any plans on making your candidates more active and potentially preventing this kind of scenario?
Yes, because I know the candidates that you mentioned in real life. So when they're inactive, I will knock their door and find them and maybe give them a big hug and remind them to vote in the parliament.
Uh, all right. Thank you for your answer. Uh, I would like to answer some of the questions that you are proposing to ask for me.
Okay. Oh, so it's my turn to ask question, right?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So, the first question I would like to raise is, as I said, and as Ansluck said, the MPs in the parliament and the officials in the government or the cabinet is not authorized to make some changes or to do something about the Harlon transit. So how can HPP to make sure that their proposed policy in manifesto, which is about establishing a ferry line, eventually getting implemented?
We can make sure that proposals related to transit, such as new ferry lines, can be implemented by uh, uh, pushing on staff. For example, asking them and uh, pretending and potentially, uh, yeah, we can just ask staff and to please to please authorize uh, our proposed projects quicker, or potentially get a staff sponsor on uh, our projects, so that there will be already preemptive staff approval on a project.
What's the meaning of sponsor?
Um, uh, a staff member, staff sponsor in this case is a staff member that is willing to vouch for us to other staff members that the transit project is a good idea and that it should be created.
Okay, that means that you intended to urge the the staff to implement the ferry lines by mainly by communication, right?
Yes.
Then um, did you try this before? Like, did you ask the stances of staffs about ferry lines before the general election?
No, we have not, but but there have recently been some ferry lines that have been built in this term before the election. So, uh, I personally think that uh, new ferry lines will probably be approved by staff.
As you know, and you mentioned before that some of our staffs are not active as other staffs. So actually, we are getting fewer staffs working right now. And among those still active and working staffs, I think that from your answer, I would say there is a possibility that the staffs, the active working staffs, there is a possibility that they do not agree with such a proposal or such a ferry project. And in that case, I think the project will not be successful. And even though they agree that we should have a new ferry line as per the HPP proposal, but as I said, even though for something much easier than building ferries, we still don't have enough human resources to get it implemented. Just like the player heads behind us in this parliament building, it is the Hall of Fame listing out all of the prime ministers, every prime minister's heads in our server, but it stuck at in November 2024. Not long ago, but the Hall of Fame of Parliament Speaker takes a longer time, and it has not been updated for much longer. So my point is, even though some staffs or some people agree that it is essential or it is important, but when the staffs don't have time to do so, or when they focus on other things, then I think the project still um, is likely to be unsuccessful or even abandoned.
Mm. In terms of things like staff heads, they can probably be approved by only a few staff members and then installed by a single builder due to the easiness of installing a playhead and a sign. However, regarding other staff, the activity of other staff, they might have real life commitments which cannot be addressed quickly. However, however, the HPP hopes to encourage staff activity by asking more inactive staff to participate in certain projects. If they find the free time, obviously. Thus, making sure that we do actually have a more active staff team.
Which staff you intended to find at the first step?
I mean, probably Dirt, Kion, also formerly known as Sir Penguin May, and Muffin Bard, the current owner of the server.
Okay, and I have another question, which is in the last term, the term that was just dissolved in House of Assembly, the government did not submit any budgets after the December 2024 to January 2025 budget. And after that, we don't have new budgets. So had HPP ever think of some new methods to prevent a vacancy or to prevent another gap between budgets and budgets?
I mean, the simplest way we can publish budgets faster is by just creating them more often. The current budget has, as far as I remember, a certain period of time for which it is active, even after the term that is stated in the name of the budget. As far as I'm aware, the December 2024 to January 2025 budget is still active. So, however, in the new term, a new budget will 100% be one of the first bills to be submitted into the House of Assembly, and we hope to because and we hope to publish budgets quicker because most likely I will not be the Minister of Finance, so therefore I won't. So therefore, I will probably pick someone who is a bit more proactive on the topic of creating and publishing budgets faster.
As you know, the in the past, the budgets are submitted on a monthly basis. So the government has to submit budgets every month, and also the House of Assembly has to review and vote on it every month. Do you think it is a repeated procedures that can be simplified?
I personally think that the current way of how we get budgets through, which is submitting them to the House of Assembly, then debating and voting on them, is the correct way because it allows MPs not just from our party but also from the opposition to suggest things that could be added, which encourages increased activity and also promotes the fact that we are a democratic republic.
I'm afraid that I think that's not correct in my opinion, because even though you simplified the procedure, it depends on the method that you use. For example, we suggest to use quarterly budget to replace monthly budgets, so that we can still vote on it, but we vote for the budgets once every quarter, so that we don't have to submit it and vote on it every month. And of course, it's reduced some procedures, I think. But in in this method, in this method, if we want to hold some ad hoc activities, and when the activities need money, that the government wants to take some money, then the government can always submit an additional ad hoc budget for the activity or for the thing that the government thinks it is important but excluded from the last budget. Do you agree?
Uh, I indeed do agree that does seem like a good idea. As a way to pretty quickly get the money required for an event and to fund and this way it'll also be publicly accounted as a bill, as a parliamentary bill, and has been voted on by MPs.
So the issue that you mentioned about democracy and budgets, and monthly budgets, it is not a problem that can not be solved.
Could you please elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a you said my suggestion is a good idea, right? So that means that the monthly budget is not the only option for the government to get money, accurately speaking. And the problem of sometimes the governmental officials are busy and they cannot submit budgets, and the MPs cannot vote on it. So this is a problem, and this is not a problem that cannot be solved. That means we can try something new apart from sticking on monthly budgets.
Uh, yes, but budgets are meant to fund the government as a whole, while the what you proposed are for funding events only, which I do not think of as the same thing. Uh, the requesting event funding uh, on is most likely on a different level than is on a completely different level than a whole budget for the government to for different parts of the government to function.
Can you make some examples? I can understand what you mean, but I don't want to misunderstand you. So you mean the expenditure of the government or some government departments, but that expenditure is not an expenditure of activities, right?
That is not an expenditure for activities. That is an expenditure for running the government.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So in the expenditure of governments, well, in moments ago, I mentioned activities, but activities are an example. That was my example to talk about the occasion that when the governments need to use money and need to take money from the parliament's approval, then the government, whatever by what reason, the government can submit an ad hoc additional budget to ask the parliament for cash. So no matter the reason is an activity or salaries of government officials, or maybe you need money to buy construction materials to build a new building or whatever, I think you can still use this method to overcome uh, a shortcoming that maybe you didn't realize you need to get money for something when you make a big budget, and you can still I think you can still ask for some more money by the ad hoc budget.
We can ask for more money in an ad hoc budget that serves as an addition to the main budget, but it must specify which specific departments it uh, uh, which specific departments need the funding, and the money cannot be redistributed into other departments by any in any way.
Yes, of course, that's a matter of how will you what will you write on your budget, no matter it is a big budget, the general budget, or the ad hoc budget. It's a matter of what you write on the budget. So if you write something clearly and you write the amounts correctly in the budget, then of course you can get correct amount of cash uh, from the approval of Parliament according to the budget.
Indeed. Um, uh, could we please move on to other topics? I feel like we have been stuck on the topic of budgeting for the last 15 minutes.
Okay. Do you have any questions to ask me?
I currently do not.
Okay, I think Liam Chen, I think we can make conclusions. Can we make conclusions?
Okay, thank you. So that's all for the questions for each other part. So please make a conclusion for each party.
Uh, uh, how the Harlon Progress Party will bring progress and innovation to Harlem in this term, and will certainly improve a lot of things, actually implement affordable and affordable housing uh, for new residents. We will also uh, 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 continue to advocate for creating universities and and also hopefully we will implement a way to oversee businesses because due to recent events uh, we need to uh, we need to implement stronger policies on business regulation and hopefully introduce an income tax on businesses. Uh, therefore, therefore, making our economy a lot safer against, for example, money laundering.
Okay, thank you. So now please uh, now we will invite Choco Republic, the representative of New Initiative, for its conclusion.
First, thanks for the answers and questions from the party leader of HPP, Yoshi Pai, and I would like to thank Liam Chen from HKBTV to host the general election TV debate, and I would like to I would like to thank every citizen to ask us questions, and also I would like to thank every Harlonian who is now watching the TV debates, maybe on Twitch or maybe in the voice chat of Harlon City server, Discord server, and maybe on site in the Parliament building of the Republic of Harlon. So, in a nutshell, the new initiative would like to boost the activeness of Harlon City server by introducing new players to our server and to revitalize some of the players that we already know them long ago. We will try to do that by providing unique souvenirs such as the player hats in Harlon City server. When you have money, you can buy your player hat in our proposed shop in order to get a unique souvenir to record your days with Harlon City server, and you can only view your player head in the server. So if you want to take a look to your head, then come to come Harlon City server. And also we would like to introduce designated contract builders. They are unusual builders, different with traditional builders that we used to have in Harlon City server, so that we will have more people to help us to repair some buildings, structures, and even to build something new. And also we would like to allow the foreign embassies from the other servers, the other Minecraft servers, so that we can improve the diplomatic relationship with other servers. Of course, the servers that are friendly with us. And I hope that we will have more inter-server events and more dialogues between the people from different servers, different countries, and so as to increase the activeness of Harlon. And also, I would like to introduce PvP zone if we obtain enough trust to enter the parliament for making laws. We would like to introduce PvP zone re for reminding ourselves about the mini games that we used to play in Old Harlon. I think this is so classic, and I think you will like it. And again, we would like to have more mini games so that we can improve our activeness, so that you will be enjoying it. Of course, we need some other policies to work together with our suggestion. For example, when talking about the transport, we just said we want some more mini games, so we would like to promote bus lines and rail lines that can help you to reach the location of the diverse and dispersed mini games, so that you won't be fed up before you actually arrive to the location of that mini game. And we will introduce die map ads in order to improve our website, so that uh, we can improve the accessibility of our die map via our Harlon City server official website, and let some people, some newcomers of Harlon City server can be more easily to use the die map and know where they are and where they are going. And also we would like to follow up the Kanos Act, KANOS Act, as the current government did not host any name collecting events required by that law. And we will start it immediately once we form a cabinet to let you name the roles that are still unnamed. And we encourage agglomeration so that we can have more themed streets for you to buy something that are useful, and you will have a unique experience in different streets, different roads, and different districts in Harlon. And we will try to find you missing wages, even though we face many difficulties. But we think that we need an objective standards for the government's employees, including MPs, to decide uh, paying wages or not, that it is relevant to the income of Halonians. And we can only invest something once we have enough capital. So this is very important. And we will introduce quarterly budget to replace monthly budget in order to prevent the absence of government budgets. And also for the aspect of politics, we would like to support the initiative of Senator JT15S to start a project of special free build city that you can build your own cities. And also, we will legalize the status of Free City of Harlon. And lastly, we would like to amend a law about assembly by elections to make the by elections automatic so that we can improve our efficiency in Harlon, and we have more policies than these. And I encourage you to have a look on our manifesto in 2025 April. We are NI, we are new initiative. Please vote for NI, led by Chocolate Republic, on voting days in April. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the conclusions. Okay, so this is the end of today's television debate. So thank you for the two representatives from their respective parties. Thank you for all guests who are making this program possible, and thank you to all of our live audiences, both on site in the voice chat and on our TV broadcast. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in Action Day. Bye.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Bye. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Thank you.